Hi, Filter here. I have in my hands something that I bought about a year and a half ago or so. Found it in a dollar bin. I mean, when it first came out, it was like up there in price, but it went down in price. You know how things go, the comics world goes. So one day it's really, really great, other days not so much. But I want to show you something about how you could have diversity without identity politics. What book am I showing you? Camelot 3000. That's right. Again, I found this in like the dollar bin at my local store. As you can see, right there, beautifully written. It's beautifully written, beautifully drawn. It was written by Mike Barr, and drawn by Brian Boland. I believe Brian Boland did some Judge Dredd stuff. I think I saw his artwork. Oh yeah, I think he did do that. So it's really good. You know, you have it's basically Arthurian legend in the year 3000. The premise is simple. Aliens invade the solar system. They set up shop on Pluto, and they've been making inroads towards Earth. And what happens in this series is that there's this guy, as you can see right here. I forget his name. I'll have to read up on that. He winds up awakening King Arthur, who's been sealed in some crypt. Now, at this point, all the baddies, with the exception of Morgan Le Fay, are one baddie is reincarnated, and that's Mordred. Mordred winds up becoming head of like the UN or something. And Morgan Le Fay, who's been in hiding all these years along with Merlin, he comes out. The Lady of the Lake, we find that they built a nuclear power plant on the lake, and where they use the water to cool the reactor. You see her give Arthur Excalibur. Now, what's great about this, when I talk about diversity, the main characters of the Knights of the Round Table wind up being reincarnated. One, unfortunately, is a mutated soldier. Then you have one of the knights being reincarnated as a family man from a black family man from South Africa. Another one is reincarnated as a Japanese bodyguard. And still, there's another one who is reincarnated as a woman. That's, again, although that portion of the story plays a little into the entire saga, it's not the whole thing. In fact, Guinevere is reincarnated as head of Earth security forces in the United States, and Lancelot is a businessman in France who cares so much about his workers that he even talks to the guards as he's heading home. Then we get to, let's see, this one's going to I wouldn't say shock you, but you'll probably say, wow. Then we have Morgan Le Fay. Now, if this comic was done today, first of all, they would make more of the reincarnated woman, the reincarnated knight being a woman, sort of like, you know, how they do with Batwoman. Yeah. And they would make sure that they'd have her pretty much in a burqa. Now, let's see that. This is issue 6. But here's the funny part. I kept hearing about this comic when I was younger. This came out in like 85. 85. No, I'm sorry. 83. Wow. Jeez. Actually started in 82, ended in 83. Yeah, I was a youngin' back in those days. You whippersnappers. Don't make me gum you. All right. You can see this. And right there. And like I said, a concept such as this is really interesting. I heard about it, but I couldn't get it at my local convenience store, until one day, this issue popped up. And it was this issue. And also, speaking of Batwoman, Kind of looks like Ruby Rose, doesn't it? I'm just saying. Just saying. Just saying. But like I said, this is how you could do a comic right there. Right. I mean, one of the main problems is that again, you have too many people trying to push an agenda. And when you push an agenda, you ruin the story. Again, this was in 1983. They took some jabs at Reagan and Brezhnev. Yeah, Brezhnev. They took jabs. It was typical. That's the way they like doing it. But it wasn't all that much. I mean, if it was made today, it would be just all Orange Man bad. I'm sorry. I know this. You know these people like the back of your hand. You know what can you do about it? But all in all, fantastic series. If you happen to find this in the dollar bin, don't act excited. Just go, this looks interesting, and bring it to your local, to the guy at your counter, assuming, of course, your comic book stores are still there. Or if somebody plans on selling this. Like I said, I got all 12 issues. Like I said, this issue, like I said, I wind up getting, this is actually another issue, my original issue of this, and the final three, this and the final two afterwards, are really nothing more than, well, just that, I went, because my original ones are gone forever, thanks to a fire, but what are you going to do? Anyway, I recommend you get this book. It's great. The series is great. I think some places have it in trade paperback. So if you find it, get it. It's worth a read. Like I said, it's diversity done right because it leaves out identity politics. Identity politics, I don't even think is even listed on this thing. So until then, I'm Filter. Like this video if you please. Please subscribe if you just happen to catch this. And leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of this book if you happen to have it. And until then, I'll see you later. I'm out.